Hi, I'm Tom from Frank Harvey HiFi Excellence. Today we're going to discuss Denon's AVR-X2400. If you follow me, we'll have a quick look at the product and then have a listen to it and see how it performs. The Denon AVR-2400 is one of the current home cinema AV receivers from Denon. It's probably going to be one of the most important in the 2017 ranges as well, due to price point and just how many of these units are going to be shipped from Denon. It is a direct successor to the very popular AVR-2300, which got some very good reviews as well. It was regarded as generally the best in class under £500 from what HiFi, and it already looks like the 2400 is going to follow in those footsteps, as what HiFi have very recently given it a 5-star review. So it'll be interesting to see whether the competition can compete with it this year. On the front of the unit there's kind of a lot of hints towards the processing capabilities and what it's compatible with. The most important one for me, with it being home cinema AV receiver, is that it supports Dolby Atmos and DTS:X, and that's up to 5.2.2. So it's not a full Atmos with 4 channels in the ceiling, but you're still going to get 2, and that's going to give it an advantage over just a 7.1 or 5.1 system. There's also 8 HDMI inputs and 2 outputs. One of the inputs is on the front as well, which is quite useful. All of these are 4K pass-through certified with HDCP 2.2, and in addition to this, the receiver can also process HDR10 signals and also Dolby Vision, and that's something that perhaps some AV receivers or TVs can't do, is the Dolby Vision. So that's a relatively new feature and new standard. Denon's AVR-2400 also comes with quite a number of connectivity and control options. So there's now support for Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and Apple AirPlay, so there's quite a diverse selection there of options to connect to it. There's also support for the HIOS app. This will then integrate and be able to communicate with any other HIOS products that have been set up by yourself as part of a HIOS multi-room system. And for those of us who don't maybe know, HIOS as kind of a control method has support for a lot of different subscription services, so you can connect to Spotify via it, Tidal. There's also support for internet radio via tuning, and it can also connect and communicate with any NAS drives that we have on a network, which it supports. So that's another way that we can replay music via the AVR-2400. All of this communication is broadcast via dual antennas on the back of the unit, and the advantage of having dual antennas is that this is going to much improve the reception area and how far it can broadcast, and it's also going to provide a much more stable and smooth connection for the AVR-2400 when we're doing any activities like this. The Denon AVR-2400 also comes with a lot of different audio codecs and decoders built into it, primarily the primary ones being Dolby Atmos and DTS:X, as these are the most up-to-date and common ones that are being used now on movie soundtracks. But there's also support for Dolby True HD and DTS Master Audio, which you would kind of expect from an AV receiver. Odyssey is also built into it. It's a Platinum Suite, so this comes with a lot of pre-loaded DSP algorithms, and there's also multi-room EQ XT32. Now this is a more advanced and better automatic room correction facility that's built into it, so it's going to alter the sound automatically to suit the room. The setup is done by Odyssey, and it's quite a good automatic calibration facility, and it makes it nice and easy to set the AVR-2400. But I also always would recommend doing more of a manual calibration when setting up an AV receiver, because personally I just think it sounds a lot better. So on the AVR-2400, all of these sound-based features are powered by 175 watts of power per channel, and this makes it more than capable of driving most home cinema package speakers and quite a number of speakers in general, if you wanted to build up kind of your own package or you already got that. And just a quick other point, when I spin the unit around at the back of the unit, we also reveal that there is support and connection support for a lot of older legacy devices that you might want to connect to the unit. So if you've got any of those, it is pretty much going to be covered either by your traditional like RCA connections or opticals, etc. So I guess with all of those points covered, it's now time to plug it in and have a listen and see what it's all about, and see if it does perform as well as what HiFi is saying, and also kind of what you would think it would, that it has followed on from the AVR-2300, which I know firsthand was very impressive. So what I'll do is, rather than playing some music through it, we'll put on a film and then also use the PlayStation 4 Pro. So we've covered a couple of different connection options and devices working in sync with it. So now we've gone through all of the technical aspects, let's just see how the AVR-2400 performs when we're running Rogue One on it. Okay, next on the AV-2400, I'm going to have a go with our second source, which is our PS4 Pro, with our reference disc, which is Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider Anniversary Edition. Just want to see how the soundtrack sounds and how it looks.
But the villain, hold up. Throw the grenade! Let's go! Get a man down!
From listening to the AVR-X2400, I definitely think it's an improvement over the 2300, and it looks like it's following on from the footsteps there, and Denon will definitely be looking to get the award for the best in category once again. For example, when we were playing on Tomb Raider, it really set the mood and the atmosphere, and the sound was, you know, it gave a true reflection of what the developers were trying to intend. And again, sound for Rogue One, it seemed as if you were actually within the corridor with the rebel troops, and it really gave it an effect of realism of being within the film, in my opinion. So if you liked our video on Denon's AVR-2400, please subscribe below. We've got plenty of other videos on there on lots of products. If you're after a great deal on the AVR-2400, please visit our website. It's www.hifix.co.uk. Many thanks and goodbye.